Hiya!
What is up, gang?
What is up, my gamers? My uh Sonic enthusiasts of all grounds, I guess. Um Welcome to our our very first episode of I don't know.
We're still figuring out the name.
We're still figuring out the kinks and stuff. And oh boy, this is something that we've been in the works of for like quite a while now, and it's like I've been thinking for a while, and I'm like, I always wanted to use my channel or my platform as a means to like lay out news or events or things that happen within the Sonic community, especially over on Twitter, because Twitter is a cesspool sometimes when it comes down to people that are like, I don't know, speaking of their mind, whether it be their opinions or whatever.
And it's
Um
just good to stay informed.
yeah,
It's good to stay informed on what's happening in the community.
mhm. It's really good to stay informed what's happening in the community, especially right now. Um, so we're gonna jump right into this, right? Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna jump
Let's
right in.
wait. We have. Okay, now the people are coming in. Peak.
Peak. Yeah, I know this is a late stream. Hello, guys. Hi.
It's a
Welcome
little
to
bit
our.
later. It's a little bit later than we intended because we couldn't figure out the PowerPoint.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out the PowerPoint, bruh.
We have we have no funding.
Yeah, this is we're running on hopes and dreams right now, chat. Drama of the
So
week. Yeah.
so what we are planning on doing is every week hosting a stream like this one where we talk about current events that are happening on Sonic Twitter and also events for game drops. We're
Mhm.
talking about different movie news. We're talking about merch drops. It's going to be all the information you need about the Sonic community and Sonic stuff that is coming out for the week
Mhm.
in this stream. And to the best of our ability, of course.
Yeah, to the best of our ability, this is like our first time doing something like this. And yeah, is it the girl that trash talks Sonic Super? Well, we're about to find out soon enough what we're going to be covering today. I don't know if some of you have seen like the thumbnail. If you have seen the thumbnail, you guys are probably like gonna, you know, be intrigued.
You're going to understand very soon.
Yeah, very, very soon. Anyways, just hop right into it, shall we?
Super excited.
Alrighty, fellas. So, this you want to start us off, Oogway?
Okay. Okay. So the person that we are talking about today is name is Mia Sue, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like a VTuber, right? It's a VTuber that has presented themselves in the Sonic community for quite a bit of time, and as of recently, um, people have been rightfully, calling them out for like some really interesting opinions about transgender people, like believing that transgender, it hurts the body, likely referring to surgery on a video that was posted on January 11th, 2026. So it was pretty recent that they posted this like YouTube short or whatever, and they casually just invalidate like calling like someone by their preferred profile pronouns, and even says that if you're doing just that, then you're gonna be hurting them, which is on all standards not really morally correct, like uh
And at the end of the day, it is okay to have an opinion and share it. It's everybody's going to have different opinions. However, victimizing yourself for being uneducated on a topic you have an opinion of is immature and outright damaging to how we treat ignorance. It makes it seem acceptable and even defendable when we live in a digital age where information is readily available.
Yeah, it's like readily available. Um,
The information for these things, for information on the experience that transgender people have, transgender and transsexual people have, is widely studied. Like camping the Sonic community when you diss Sonic, the entire point of Sonic is that acceptance of diversity and
acceptance
not
of
including
diversity. Yes.
people and not including people that do not affect you at all because you feel uncomfortable at the thought of their existence will not make them go away or eliminate how they feel.
Yeah, like this person is talking about like, oh, they choose to change genders, which is not true at all. That's like a very closed-minded viewpoint, ignoring the
Agreed.
possibility of someone struggling for years with these feelings, right? And
Agreed.
mhm. And sex and gender are specifically proven to be different things. Yale School of Medicine defines them separately as sex should be used as a classification, generally as male or female. Like,
According to reproductive organs, though there can be um, gray areas when it comes to intersex people. And that also, this statement that gender affirming care is all around bad also affects cisgender and intersex people.
mm-hmm.
Like genuinely gender affirming care can benefit them. For instance, it's like gynecomastia. It's a
Mm-hmm.
it's a condition caused by hormonal imbalance that can increase a amount of hard tissue in male pectorals,
Mm-hmm.
and it's painful, but it can also cause ostracization in groups and dysphoria because it makes it look like you have boobs.
Yeah. And the very fact that they're claiming something of like, oh, transgender people, they just choose. They just choose to switch genders on the fly. When that's not how that shit works at all. And
At all.
you know,
And
you
mhm,
want to help us with the next point there, this second like altering the body. Like they're claiming that, oh,
oh
they're hurting
yes.
themselves and such, which is
So the when they say being transgender hurts the body, they're probably referring to surgery or hormone therapy. And while you can understand the view of altering your body equals hurting, there is more evidence that having access to gender affirming care benefits people who are transgender. For instance, in a study done at the University of Washington, Diana Kordoff, having access to gender affirming care is associated with 60% less odds of moderate to severe depression and 73% lower odds of self harm or suicidal ideation.
mhm.
It is not just helping somebody appear the way they want to, it is beneficial healthcare that helps people continue living. And although it may seem in the short term like something that is bad, in the long term, it can extend life.
Mhm.
It can extend life. It can extend how long people are willing to live.
Mhm. So like, yeah, again, like going back to the notion, like the very fact that they made these bold claims towards transgender people, and then they get so surprised and shocked when hundreds of people, thousands of people went into defense about it, and they're
Exactly.
victimizing themselves. As seen as one of these tweets, like the one that was like posted like 3 hours ago. That's the most recent tweet. Um, where they're trying to hide behind their community. Like, I want your guys' support more than ever now, because man, all of a sudden I'm getting criticized and everything, and they're basically saying, "Oh, I didn't say anything wrong. I just said my opinion," and they're claiming that, like, you know, my it's just my opinion, and it should just be labeled as that. And I'm just like, how it isn't really an opinion when you're putting down other people and you're not respecting other people's, like,
It
boundaries.
is an opinion, however, it is completely misguided, immature, and also hypocritical. Uh, Especially when much there's so much information out there, easily researchable on the benefits of transgender healthcare.
Yeah, there's so
So
much.
they can say that it's their opinion all they want, but really it's very likely based upon the opinions of other people. It's based on the
Mm-hmm.
opinions that were handed down to them. And I don't think that Mia is justified enough to say that she believes her opinion, her opinion that is not based in any form of fact, as far as we know, is more correct than studies done by scientists, studies done that have data and proof of the benefit of transgender healthcare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the very fact, and like, when they're it was this clip, one of the infamous clips that have been circling around, where uh, where they talked about the fact that they feel uncomfortable when they're playing crossworlds with other people, and they get so excited for the transgender colors on their, their cars, and all this lovely stuff,
It's
and
representation.
it's
What is
representation. Like, and they feel, if they are feeling uncomfortable with people, representing themselves in a light and healthy fashion, then that says something more about them than anyone else. Don't you agree?
especially I absolutely, especially since the Sonic community is so based around unity. If you feel out of place in this community, you don't need to interact with it or attempt to be a key figure in it like she is doing. If you don't agree with what the community teaches, then that is purposefully laying a foundation based on forcing opposition and conflict. It is a foundation that is made to cause problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And another thing to note here, and I want you guys to know this. Um I don't want, like, the purpose of talking, like, about people or users like this in the fandom isn't to, like, hate them, isn't to, like, bastardize them or anything. I'm just simply speaking of the things that they have said publicly. They stated their opinions. I just sharing the information to, people that are not of Twitter, because I know there's average Joes out there that are like, dang, I don't know what's happening over there at Twitter. I want to stay out of that. And I completely respect that. And I believe that people should be aware of people like this in the community, because
You shouldn't need to get dragged into drama in order to understand what is happening. That
yeah.
itself is an inherently toxic community.
Mhm. Yeah. And now to get to the next point of this, where I mean,
Oh yes,
where
there's more.
Crack? Yeah, here we have Crack. Crack is
Oh, don't
like,
forget no. Oh wait, we're not past the um
oh,
slurs.
oh yeah, the Slurs, yeah. So,
Okay,
I would love, listen, I would love to play this video on TikTok, but I know, I know that the stream will get shut down, and I know YouTube very well enough that,
my wife is in the chat. My wife is in the chat.
oh my god, hi. Yeah, so they
I can
made two separate videos. One of them being one of the videos talks about the point of restricting the use of slurs is a social movement to reclaim something that was used for the purpose of opposition. Saying a slur you cannot reclaim can feel like a push for that opposition to be normalized, whether this is conscious or not. Basically, they were like arguing about the fact that, oh, I don't think, like, I think it's kind of dumb that we can't say that, those kind of slurs and stuff. You know, those kind of slurs when it's like, it's something that you can't reclaim. The argument should end then and there. You shouldn't have to like argue about the fact of, oh, I don't know. I don't think it should be that big of a deal. No, the conversation should just.
especially
Mm-hmm.
especially when their only data point is them saying that their personal friend group is okay with it. Assuming that everybody in the world will be comfortable with you saying something that is racially aggressive and hostile, assuming that everybody will be okay with that just because the people you know are, is ignorant and naive. The bubble you live in isn't the perspective of everybody.
Yeah. And in another video, they should have just said the Arsler. They cannot reclaim that. We don't exactly know like if they're able to even reclaim that word or not, but it just goes to show like
How
yikes,
comfortable they are saying slurs.
how comfortable, like if they're able to say stuff like that in a public setting, you would imagine what could be said in a private setting. But that's not something that I would like claim that, oh, they're saying this and that. I'm just speaking of like what they have been saying publicly, because in another video that was posted on Twitter. And again, I would love to show these videos on TikTok and YouTube, but a I don't want the videos to get taken down for hate speech, because fun fact, I tried to show this off on a stream earlier this week, and TikTok labeled it as hate speech. I guess they thought I guess they unfortunately thought that I said it, even though I was just playing a video on Firefox like this. And so yeah. So in another video, uh they called a user that will remain unknown a a black person, mind you, a monkey. The context of the joke isn't even known. Like they just they just
If,
like were so comfortable with saying this. Like
and
mhm.
it it's implied that they Mia didn't know that the person that they were referring to as a monkey was black, but there was doubling down when the person said, "Hey, I'm black. That makes me uncomfortable." They, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm sorry that made you uncomfortable," they said, "Oh, well, that makes it even better."
Yeah. Even better. That's not something that you want to like, you know, use in a defense case at all. And mind you, again, this all circles back to this, the latest tweet that they made where it's like I don't want to bring this up again, but I'm gonna need y'all's support more than ever now. And all this quote unquote hate is people just criticizing the fact that they're just so comfortable with saying this, you know, and stream settings and stuff. And here's a bit of a side note though. Uh, you know, there is a specific term for these kind of people that are so comfortable with speaking of opinions like this. And unfortunately, unfortunately in this world, unfortunately in the Twitter space, there is people that will unfortunately agree to opinions like they have stated, and they will try their hardest to support people like this. And that'll bring us to our next topic of the next person, which is Crack.
Who's
Crack,
a sympathizer of Mia.
they're a sympathizer, and a bit of a backstory of a Crack. They are a very known transphobe in the Sonic community. They have like made statements time and time again that they don't support trans people at all. And of course, out of anyone in the community, it would have been cracked to like defend or like double down with Mia's statements and such that oh everyone's unjustifiably like criticizing her and everything. She's also very known for supporting like problematic ships like Shadria, and has had like history commenting under like people's posts like these out of nowhere. Like they double down about this Shadria ship, even though Sega has stated multiple times that Shadow and Maria are like their relationship is like that of a sibling bond.
The
And
line that his love for Maria sickens you is also so vague. Jealousy over the relationship two people hold is different than disgust in the nature of the relationship in that implication. It's like
yeah.
you're like just because you don't approve of something doesn't mean that you're jealous.
Exactly.
I
And
think yeah.
yeah. And yeah, basically to like sum this whole section up, it's like, you know, it's very unfortunate that we see predominantly on the Twitter space like really problematic people like Crack or like the recent additions like Mia. And I know as of recently that they have unfortunately gained supporters, you know, and followers because of their ideologies. I'm not saying to like go and hate on them. Please do not use this video as a means to like go hate on anyone that's mentioned here. We're just simply like you know, trying to spread information about the said individuals and such. And
This is
and
purely for awareness. This is not us encouraging anybody to go hunt these people down.
yeah, like I have said time and time again. And for those of you who are here from my previous streams, such as like uh the TSG situation, and yes, I will mention this here because I know that my channel has had like a sudden rise of like people coming in or like Lua, have you heard this and that? I'm like, I I've already said time and time again, I'm not gonna cover anything that is related to TSG unless it's absolutely necessary. And I guess to update to you guys on that kind of situation, nothing has really happened, and nothing should really happen. If they decide to start back up on YouTube, um, again, please don't go harass them or anything. Yes, it's very unfortunate by their actions that they have done in the past, but I want to reiterate the fact that like I don't encourage like anyone like anyone harassing them. Rather it be someone problematic or not. Are called yeah, they are problematic people, but it doesn't mean that you know people who go to harass other people are problematic in of themselves, you know. And I don't want to create a space that's like really hostile. So yeah,
That
I
is the general gist of this situation. It is something that we may cover in the future. However, a lot of this information is not old, but it is not as new as other announcements that we have in this news source.
yes.
So we will keep you guys updated in the next edition of this.
Doesn't that encourage bad behavior and also you're harassing the person anyways? Yeah, like um that's why I've seen, not to discredit other drama channels and such, but I've seen them like, oh, this person shouldn't do this. You guys should go tell them not to make content anymore. They don't deserve a platform. They don't deserve to be a part of the community. This and that. While I agree with the fact that yeah, Mia's opinions are pretty questionable. They're pretty problematic to say the least. I'm not
They're misguided and uninformed.
they're misguided and uninformed, and like I'm not I can't be the one to decide whether who is to be allowed in the community and who is not to be allowed in the community, because that seems of something of like, oh, I'm putting myself above everyone else. Oh, my opinion is that she's no longer no, that's not how this works, like everyone has their opinions and such. I'm for informing people, and I'm saying my own opinion about this situation as well.
Again,
And
this is purely for information. This isn't, we're not telling anybody that they need to go harass this person.
hmm
Simply
hmm
saying that this is how they behave.
yes,
And as a trans person, you're probably not going to be safe in their space.
yeah, unfortunately. So, anyways, um,
Moving on to the next thing.
and lighter news, movie news, yeah, the movie news. We haven't been able to put the recent update to the movie news today. I know that they just have I know that Greg has tweeted today about with an image that if that could be brought up, that would be great. Um
Which,
that they have officially started production on the Sonic movie as of today, and we are like almost a year out in having that movie released, so I'm so excited about that. And for those of you who have missed this last week, they have announced Christine Bell will be voicing like Amy in Sonic 4, and I'm so excited. I
such
really
a fantastic actress.
mm-hmm. It's so crazy that she's gonna share the same voice actor as Anna from Frozen. That's gonna be insane to me, bro.
I mean, it's kind of fitting of the character. I think that while the I think that Amy Rose, the 3D version, could have a redesign just a little bit. I think that
I
they
think they
they
will, considering that they did redesign Shadow, they did redesign Tails, so hopefully they'll give her like a bit of a decent touch up.
they have to lock in.
They have to
They have
lock
to
in,
lock in.
guys. They have to lock in.
I I also really hope that they don't portray her as there's been a very large issue in modern media where strong women are always portrayed as irritating.
Yeah.
And it is a huge reason that a lot of women are not taken seriously because a woman being serious is seen so often as a joke.
I'm gonna see if I could try to pull this up on stream. Do do do. I'm gonna send this to you. Do 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 do. All right, there we go. Yeah, this that tweet that I was missing right here, where Jeff Fowler they just announced today that they officially started production of the fourth Sonic movie, and we're all so excited. Like, look at the fact that the hammer is actually like a prop IRL is something that's crazy to me. I hope that we get to see more information really soon.
I agree. It's going to be super fun watching as it develops over time. And we will be here every step of the way, updating you guys on the newest Sonic news.
Yeah, to the best of our abilities.
To the best of
Anyways,
our abilities. We have no
yeah.
funding.
If we get more funding, that would be great. Anyways, merch. Merch. Because they've been releasing a lot of merch lately. Or they're
For
gonna
the
be
Sonic
released.
35th anniversary.
Yeah! We're gonna start off with this Mephiles Funko Pop. I say it
Yes.
looks really nice. And I I like the fact that Shadow's just in the corner right there. He's just behind there. And Mephiles just has the spotlight for once and not him. Shadow doesn't have to be in the spotlight all the time. And it's limited
there
edition too.
it is a limited. There is going to be a 3,500 production, 3,500 number production of the Funko figure. However, availability, um, whether it will be online or in store, is still to be determined because it's so recently announced.
Yeah, we'll probably like see like news regarding this in the upcoming like weeks. Because like limited edition releases like this tend to be online only. So I'll be pretty
This is
surprised.
true.
Yeah, so I'll be pretty surprised if we see uh you know in person like stock of this. Anyways, we also have we also have
Yeah.
these squishmallows that I yo
Yes. Oh my gosh. So Tails and Knuckles Fuzzy Squishmallows. I think they're called Fuzzamellos.
Fuzzamellows, yeah. They are like approximately like 10 to 15 inches tall. So they're not that big of squishmallows that they're going to be releasing right now, but
They're
no,
generally the same size as the handheld Squishmallows. The
yeah,
ones that you oh,
you know,
the smaller ones.
yeah, the smaller ones, but they're going to be like really fluffy. I've held one of them in person. It's like it's just a really fluffy blanket of tight feel. Um
It's
and
gonna be the same great design with a softer, furrier touch.
it's gonna be releasing soon. We don't know what retailers will have them. Typically, I know that Target and Walmart tends to hold these kind of squishmallows the most. So I would be checking y'all's like local retailers pretty soon.
There's also a little bit of unsurety on whether other Sonic characters in this line will be released. It's assumed, but it's not officially announced beyond Tails and Knuckles.
Yeah, but knowing the track record of this company, they'll probably have Sonic and Shadow out sometime.
They may come a little bit later, but hopefully they do come at some point.
Yeah, and I'm snagging that Shadow, y'all know. Anyways, we got this 3-pack figure
Yo!
for the 35th anniversary. And for those of you who have been going to like Target and Walmart, you've been seeing like this special 35th anniversary like tag on there. If I were you, if you want that character and is at your location, I will snag it right up. Because
Yes.
if you don't see stock of this anymore, it's gone. You might as well kiss it goodbye. So like if you see like a shadow figure, 35th anniversary shadow figure, I know they've been releasing to call Chaos. I know they have plans for like a bunch of other characters. I would snag them the moment that you see them. Otherwise, they'll be gone. You're not gonna see them again.
And this 4-inch Sonic 35th anniversary multi-plaque will be replacing the 2.5-inch pixel pack. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that the pixel packs are being taken out of circulation. Ooh.
Yeah. This is a bit of a personal thing with me. I kind of like I kind of wish that instead of the 8-bit Sonic, they kind of gone for like I don't know, adventure or like I don't know, maybe a different style
Yeah.
Sonic, but it is what it is. It is pretty cool. I don't know
Having
if
classic and pixel feels kind of redundant.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, the IDW. And this part is probably like one of my most exciting things. So
Yes.
we got an updates. We got a really surprise collaboration that's coming up between Sonic and Godzilla for the 35th anniversary, which is estimated to release fully around this year in the summer. So, I'm personally really
Ew.
excited about this. We've already seen Godzilla and Sonic collab and Rumble, so this isn't something like it's completely out of the blue, but it is really welcome. And
Mhm. Then the reuniting crossover of DC Justice League and Sonic. It's supposed to be out at the beginning of May 2026, around the 15th, but releases can be unsure.
yeah, considering that we had the Chasing Shadows, like, we had that comic, that was set to be released this year, but unfortunately they canceled it last minute. They announced that comic like months before during the year of Shadow, and they canceled it. And unfortunately, we're not gonna see that comic. Um, and that's about it
So
with
yeah, stay tuned for more IDW news. I'm really, really excited about these.
yeah, I'm so excited
I
as
think Big as
well.
Aquaman is so gooby.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Bean Aquaman is so cool. Rouge, and then we have
He's a
Eggman.
fisherman. He knows the sea.
He knows the sea. So doesn't this technically confirm that Big can talk to Froggy?
I think maybe in this universe. I'm not sure about in the regular universe.
Dang. Do y'all guys think that we're gonna actually receive dialogue from Froggy? That would be crazy. Lore is building up, guys. Anyways, let's get on to. I mean, game news is something that's been kind of lacking recently. Not gonna lie. What we gotten recently is like the Knights and Sonic Rumble collab. They're gonna have these different skins. Is gonna occur between February 18th to March 16th. Free Game Pass includes Chrome Knight's skin and the Egg Buddy. Pay Game Passes includes the Nightopia skin, Night skin, and the Paraloop skin, which would I think it's these skins right here. The Realis skin and Paraloop skin can still be purchased in the shop for like 599 red rings. I don't know how much that is in USD, but that tends to be like
I'll look it
around
up.
that tends to be around
599.
like 30 $20 ish. And the metallic knight skin can also be purchased at the shop for like 300 red rings. So like if you guys are excited about that, then yeah. And I know that we're
Uh,
supposed to be getting news this month about a somewhat upcoming Sega project, but not even like anyone could like predict what the next Sonic game could possibly be. And trust me, as soon as we as soon as we find out, we'll probably like make mention of it eventually.
Absolutely. It's gonna be probably one of the first things we cover. Sonic Crossroads news. Are we aware of any?
Sonic Crossworlds news. Besides the release of Tangle and Whisper that did happen last week, I mean the event was held last week. There's not really much to be mentioned about that. Is Kid finally in Sonic Rumble? Unfortunately, I honestly GG's to all the Kids fans out there. I felt really bad that Surge was able to be in Rumble and not Kit yet, but it is what it is. All right. Is there any last second news? Oh yeah, the Crossworlds comic preview. Uh, you want to talk about some
I
of this
agree.
stuff?
Sonic VR would be awesome.
Let me try to get a comic out. And by the way, it was my birthday this weekend, so that was part of the reason why I'm a bit all over the place this time when it comes down to this stream. I had this stream planned for like a couple of days now. I originally had this stream planned for Saturday, but things came up because of my birthday, so I'm just like, I wanted to chill a bit.
Happy birthday, Anti-Engineer Gaming.
Yeah, happy
I hope this next
birthday,
year.
Anti-Engineer Gaming. I'm so sorry if we haven't been reading out comments throughout the stream. I promise y'all we're not ignoring y'all on purpose or because we don't care about y'all. It's because we want to get this information out of the way so then we could be like, oh dang.
In the future, we can probably take more time with it. This is the pilot episode, so
Well, pilot or
uh,
this is just
we're
our
still
first
figuring
take.
out the kinks.
Yeah, we're still figuring out
Mhm.
kinks about this stuff. Anyways, yeah, this is the tweet I was looking for. We have the Crossroads comic, the preview pages that have been released. it has stirred up some drama talk on Twitter, specifically revolving around this comic page. I know there's some Jet fans out there that are kind of like, you know, understandably upset with how Jet is portrayed here. Like, Jet was being treated as a bit of a backseat, kind of treated as like a just a joke character, and I get it. Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Yeah.
Yup, that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're
Spreading the
here.
news.
Spreading the news, right? But yeah, that's about it. Jet being the third wheel. Yeah, that's about it. You have anything to say before we wrap things up?
Anti-engineer gaming, I hope the year ahead of you is full of prosperity and the person you become is one that you are proud of.
Yeah, what they said. anyways, anyways, it's been a pleasure doing this news stream thing. I'm very hopeful in the future that we'll able to do this once a week. If not twice a week, we'll see how our planning could be. But anyways, for those of you who any last thoughts?
I was going to say, we are still figuring out scheduling for this,
Yes.
a name for this, what we
Okay.
have going on. Does anybody have any ideas on what we would call this segment? Get your creative juices flowing, everyone.
Yeah, especially in the Discord server. And for those of you who are watching over on YouTube, I hope you guys have a great day, evening, or night. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, weekend, whatever time it is that you guys are watching this. And I hope to see you guys the next video.